Okay, first of all, with a Mailgun, before you use it after you register your free account, you want to make sure and add in an email that you're going to use to test it with. So click on Domains after you've logged into Mailgun. Then you want to go to Authorized Recipients. And again, I'll click on that again, Domains. You should have your sandbox in there, I believe, already. And then click Authorized Recipients, and you'll see the one I added in here. You can invite a new one. When you invite a new one, it'll send an email to that email address, like I invited my cConkel Gmail, and it just lets that user know that they've been added to this Mailgun account for developers to verify. That way, when you run the app in week 8 um, and submit the form, make sure and use this email when you submit the form on week 8, or otherwise you won't be able to get an email. So you have to have an authorized user. Second, once you've signed up for Mailgun, you verified your email, you'll get the API and domain, which is this information here. My domain. You click on that, you have your API key and your API base. Inside of C9, you're going to run these two commands. This curl command, which is going to install Git Composer, and the second command, which is going to install the required Mailgun auto build folders. So I'll go ahead and highlight the first one, and I'll go to already opened C9. Down at the bottom, you'll click the plus symbol here, go to New Terminal, and then paste that command in there, that curl command, hit enter. It's going to download curl, which shouldn't take a second. Second command is this PHP line, which installs the Mailgun library. Copy that, paste that, and hit enter. This one takes a little bit longer because it's going to download all the required libraries you'll see in a second. Once it's finished, over in your root of your C9, you should see a new folder called vendor and the auto.php file that's needed along with the Mailgun. Then you're going to replace PHP file with a below code in this file here, and you'll make changes where bolded, and I'll show you. So you'll put in your domain. Go ahead and minimize this a little bit, easier to see it. You will put in your domain for the app domain, and also you'll put in your sandbox. So right here in between the quotes, single quotes are going to be your API key on this right here. It should look something like this. And then in between single quotes here for domain is going to be your sandbox name. Everything else you'll leave as is. And that's going to be replacing the existing code in the validate.php file. And I will show you that one. And so in week 8, validate.php file is you're going to override everything with what's in that PDF file with what's in that PDF that was downloaded, which is in the validate.php file. You're going to get this information here from the API in Mailgun. So again, when you log into Mailgun, go to Domains, click on Sandbox. There's the API key requested. And you will also need the sandbox for the domain. So API, again, is right here. And you'll also need this sandbox domain here for yours. And it's going to be different than mine because it's going to be for yours. Once you've replaced the validate.php code, you're going to run the app and test it. So I'll go and make sure and use the email that you set up when you went through the registration here in the domain and authorized recipient. Make sure it's that email that you use during testing. So I'm going to click on the validate folder, and inside of that the index.php, and let's run that. Alright, so I filled out the whole form and everything is needed to fill out, and then go ahead and just submit. There we go, and then I will check my Gmail. And you might have to check your junk folder if it's not in your root of your Gmail. Might send it there possibly. Alright, there's a mailbox sandbox that I just was sent, and there's a message that I just sent from that form. So that concludes week 8 using Mailgun. Hope that helps.